No, let's pay attention and be quiet. You don't know Greek.
So Ahrayahla keeps Ahrayahla. His name is Ahrayahla. He keeps explaining how I don't know Greek, and somehow he does. I did not believe him. So I wanted to challenge him. I know a lot of religious folks in the conscious community are a bunch of liars. And I don't know if that comes with the doctrine. To believe in these doctrines, you must be a liar first, or that's a prerequisite. But I learned to never trust these guys on face value, on the surface.
Pay attention and be quiet. You don't know Greek.
Okay. You don't know Greek. So explain to us how good your Greek is.
Cause thee to rest from all thine enemies. Also, the Lord, Yahweh, telleth thee that he will make thee an house. So who's the thee? It's David.
Yeah.
And when thy days be fulfilled, meaning when you're dead, and thou shalt sleep with thy fathers, I will set up thy seed. Right? Thy seed after thee, which shall proceed out of thy bowels. What does that mean?
Exactly what it said.
What is his bowels?
Let's see what it says. That's strong. I'm not sure.
I'm saying what is a man's bowels? What seed proceeds out of a man's bowels?
I don't see that word seed as sperm, by the way. I see it as offspring,
Okay. You don't see it as sperm?
Okay, you heard me. I don't see it as sperm. I see it as offspring. I don't see it as sperm. I see it as offspring or an actual child. And he said, you don't see it as sperm because he's trying to tell me that it's sperm. And I'm saying, nah, I see it as offspring or a child. Offspring as offspring.
Okay. You don't see it as sperm? I got you. Watch this, right?
Watch this. So he's going to prove to me that it's sperm. Okay. Remember, that's the challenge. Okay, my brother. Go ahead and teach us, because you know Greek and Hebrew.
So here we have in the Hebrew the word for seed, right? Zerai. Let's see how how the Israelites translated that word into Greek, right? The Septuagint, right? So let's.
Why is he in the Old Testament talking about Greek? I mean, they will go this far to deceive the listeners and people, their own members that's in their class.
Go.
Just to embarrass themselves on a large scale. You have to be honest with your classmates. At least say, yo, listen, this doesn't mean seed sperm, but you got to teach it like that to those who don't know. I'm sorry, but this is the rules of war. Might make right. But instead, they deceive their own in class.
Oh, boom, right here. This is the Greek word for seed. Let's let the white guy say it. What does that sound? What does sperma sound like?
Yeah, it sounds funny, but that's a Greek term. But what is the Hebrew? So the Hebrew word for seed. So he attempted to explain to me the Greek word for seed. We're in the Hebrew, though. Don't forget, we're in the Old Testament. But he's going to define the Greek word for seed as sperma, and he's going to ask me, what does that sound like? Not what does it mean? What does it sound like? I mean, listen, all these One West guys, all their doctrines are set up on trickery, deception, and what things look like and what things sound like, not what they actually are. Seed is what? What is the Hebrew? So the Hebrew word for seed is what? So as you can see, I'm more well seasoned than that. I'm like, dude, what is the Hebrew word for seed? Because that's what we're reading. We're reading the Hebrew word for seed. Because if we're gonna do that, if we're gonna just interchange and mix and match words all over the Bible, no matter its origins, then let's just do that, right? But you see later that he's not going to go to the Hebrew to explain other things in the New Testament. He's not going to explain other things in Greek from the Old Testament. He's just going to pick and choose what sounds and fit better to him, literally what sounds better, as he said. What does that sound like? And what fits his argument better? But it's just an argument of deception.
Zerai.
Right. And what does that mean in that context?
It means your actual seminal fluid. That's what it means.
Okay, you heard what he said. He said in Hebrew, Zerai means your actual seminal fluid. That's what he believes. So actual sperm, nothing else. Strong, but that's a Greek term. But what
Sperma sound like?
Yeah, it sounds funny, but that's a Greek term. So I said that sounds funny, but that's a Greek term. You know, New Testament, should not be Old Testament. But what is the Hebrew? So the Hebrew word for seed is what?
Zerai.
Right. And what does that mean in that context?
It means your actual seminal fluid. That's what
in
it
the
means.
Strongs? So I'm like, dude, are you kidding me? But look how respectful I am. I could be doing aha moments. You don't know Hebrew. I can do all that. You don't know Greek. You don't know the Bible. Nope. Humble. Because the goal is to possibly build a friend, build an alliance with a friend, right? We don't have to agree on everything. Maybe we agree on things outside the Bible, but that's how I debate. That's how I have dialogues and issue our challenges. It's not to create an enemy.
Brother,
I'm just,
let's I'll
yeah,
pull it up, right?
I'm saying it first in 2 Samuel chapter 7. Let's look at the Strong's word for seed.
I got it. It said seed.
Right.
Seed, figuratively fruit, plant, sowing time, posterity. What does posterity mean? Let's look that up.
What does child mean? I see child there too.
Bro,
in that context.
It means your actual seminal fluid. That's what
in the Strong?
Brother.
I'm just
let's I'll
yeah,
pull
I'm
it
saying
up, right?
I'm saying it first in 2 Samuel chapter 7. Let's look at the Strong's word for seed.
I got it. It said seed.
Right.
Seed, figuratively fruit, plant, sowing time, posterity. What does posterity mean? Let's look that up.
What does child mean? I see child there too.
All future generations of people.
Yeah,
so the future generation. Wait. Slow down, right? The word Zerai in Hebrew means posterity, which is all future generations of people, right?
Okay, so who was right? I said seed, I see it as offspring, and you said you see seed as seminal fluid. And you just read a definition. So who was right on that? Was it me or you?
Right? Okay. It says carnally, child, fruitful, seed, all right, sowing time, right? We can look at how it's used.
Sowing kind, right? So yeah, we're gonna look at how it's used. Go ahead.
Used, right? It's the seed of a thing, right? Whether it's of herbs.
Notice he doesn't read all of the usages because it's going to just keep coming back to lineage or offspring or actual child.
Right, whether it's a plants, right?
Yeah, he keep right. But those verses you're looking at from his screen is tiny. Those are the context which it is often used, the word seed. All he got to do is find where, is used as just pure seminal fluid, and I got to back down.
Let's look at Genesis 4:25. And
okay, so now he's skimming through all the usages, and then he's gonna go into one that he thinks fits him. Okay, go ahead, brother.
Right, whether it's a plants, right? Let's look at Genesis 4:25. And Adam knew his wife. What does that mean? He had sex with her, and she bare a son and called his name Seth. For God said, "She hath appointed me another seed." Who is his?
Wait. Stop it. Can you just prove my point? He said God. What he said? God did what to him? God appointed another seed. So not another sperm, right? Just another child.
brother. We say colloquially.
So as you can see, when you look at seed, like I said, I don't see seed in the Bible as sperm or seminal fluid. I see seed as offspring or a child. She hath appointed me another child instead of Abel. Speaking of Seth here, okay? Because Cain, according to the story, Cain killed Abel, and they had another child, okay? It says, and Adam knew his wife again and bare a son and called his name Seth. For God said, she hath appointed me another child instead of Abel, who Cain slew. This is not supposed to be read, she hath appointed me another sperm instead of Abel, which he just glossed over. Come on, man. This debate is one-sided. You just need basic comprehension to beat these guys up.
So-called Black Americans. You say, oh yeah, that's
right. Just another child,
brother. We say colloquially, Black folks, so-called Black Americans. You say, oh yeah, that's my seed. Talking about my child.
I agree. But I'm saying I disagree with, and I said that early. I disagree that seed means sperm. It doesn't. It means child or offspring or actual seed, like of a mustard seed.
Brother, no.
Okay,
brother.
so no, brother.
Just pay attention and be quiet. You don't know Greek.
Wait. So let's take that same word seed there and let's make sense of it in sperm in that same context. God appointed me another sperm, and he's talking about Seth, an actual kid. That would
a seed. Brother, what produces a child?
Sperm.
So this is my seed. This is my child.
Okay, well, hold on. But is a child sperm?
Brother, you're being super myopic, right?
Really? But teach me.
No, let's pay attention and be quiet. You don't know Greek.
But now I'm being super myopic.
So I want to point something out, right? You said like mustard seed, right? Well, I can look up mustard seed in the Bible, and guess what? You don't have the word sperma there because that's not the concept of that type of.
Are you sure you don't have sperma there?
That language. Sperma's not there.
Hey, hold on.
Sperma's not here. When in reference to a mustard seed, scriptures about mustard seed, the word sperma is not used. What do you do for a profession? We got this guy.
Teach me.
No, let's pay attention and be quiet. You don't know Greek. A mustard seed, scriptures about mustard seed, the word sperma is not used.
Go to Matthew chapter 13, verse 32. And let's look at the Strongs. Matthew 13, verse 32.
Okay, you're right. I'll give you that. It does say seeds, right? But regardless, right? Regardless, that mustard seed does not exist. And which part of a plant, which gender or sex of and that mustard, right?
Verse 32.
What do you do? Quiet. You don't know Greek.
Matthew 13, verse 32.
Okay, you're right. I'll give you that. It does say seeds, right? But regardless, right? Regardless. No, let's pay attention and be quiet. You don't know Greek. No, let's pay attention and be quiet. You don't know Greek.
Matthew 13, verse 32.
Okay, you're right. I'll give you that. It does say seeds, right? But regardless, right? Regardless, that mustard seed, that mustard plant does not exist without the seed. And which part of a
one down. Okay, so he was wrong there. Okay, so let's go further. That's one down. One down. Let's go further. Should I do that one now? Yeah, why not? Okay, so let's go here now. Okay. All right, let's go here now. But remember this.
Guy.
Teach me. Teach me.
Let's go to verse 15, right? We got this guy.
Teach me.
No, let's pay attention and be quiet. You don't know Greek.
Okay, remember, I don't know Greek. He does. Ask you a question or debunk it. So now I'm going to come behind you. I'm not going nowhere else. I'm reading Matthew chapter 1. Every verse you read, I'm going to read. Every verse. I won't even read the whole. You didn't read the genealogy? I'm not either. You read the begots. I'm going to read the begots too, if that's okay with you. So all I'm pointing out is that the fathers, they beget the sons, and the sons are of their mother. So verse 3, and Phares, he's the son of Judas, he begot Esrom, and Esrom begot Aram, and Aram begot Aminadab, and Aminadab begot Nasan, and Nasan begot Salmon, and Salmon begot Booz, and who's Booz's mother? Rechab. How we know? Because it says Booz of Rechab. And Booz begot Obed, and Booz begot Obed, and who's Obed's mother? Ruth. How we know? Because it says Obed is of Ruth. And Obed begot Jesse, and Jesse begot David the king, and David the king begot Solomon of her. Who's his mom? Bathsheba. Why we know that? Because Solomon is of her Bathsheba. Then from 7 to 15, there's no more ofs. It's all begots. So can you scroll down to 16? Okay, so when we go to Jesus, you say there's nothing special about him. We'll see about that. So verse 16, it says,
wait. It's something very special about him.
Okay.
He's the Messiah, right? But what I was saying is nothing special about him of being of his mother, because every man mentioned it before him was of their mother.
I did not mean that you meant.
I just want that to be clear for the record.
Okay, I'm talking about the inner genealogy is what you were referring to. So now here's where it changes. And Jacob begot Joseph, Joseph the husband of Mary, Mary of whom was born Jesus, who is called the Christ. So the question can be asked here. Who's Joseph's father? Jacob begot Joseph. Who's the husband of Mary? Joseph is the husband of Mary. Who is born of Jesus? Mary of whom was born Jesus is called the Christ. All right, so let me just add on. So a direct object is the person or thing that directly receives the action or effect of the verb. It answers the question, what or whom? Okay, so who begot Joseph? Jacob. All right. Okay. Jacob begot Joseph. Okay. Joseph is the husband of whom? Mary. Okay, cool. Who was born of Mary? Jesus. Who is called Christ? Jesus. All right. So we got, and Jacob begot Joseph. Who's Joseph? He's the husband of Mary. Who's Mary? Mary, just of whom was born Jesus, who was called the Christ. Joseph didn't beget anybody. Very clear that the begetting stops at Jacob. Jacob begot Joseph. Remember, the direct object, it answers the question, what or whom? Okay. So Jacob begot whom? Jacob begot Joseph. Joseph answers the question of whom. So we know Joseph is the direct object of the recipient of the verb begot. We know Joseph is that. And that right there, Joseph is the direct object of the verb begot. Clearly.
Brother, you did not disprove anything that I just said. I
just debunked the notion that Joseph.
No, you did not, sir.
Okay.
You did not. Hold on. You have not debunked a damn thing.
All
right?
Debunk me.
I already have been, right? The whole time. It clearly says that Jacob is the one who begat Joseph. I went into the Greek grammar, right? Marias is the possession of the Greek grammar. It clearly says that Jacob is the one who begat Joseph. I went into the Greek grammar. Guy.
Teach me.
No, just pay attention and be quiet. You don't know Greek. Clearly says that Jacob is the one who begat Joseph. I went into the Greek grammar.
Teach me.
No, just pay attention and be quiet. You don't know Greek.
All right, teacher.
Right? Marias is the possession of Joseph. Right? When we look at the inflected verb, janeo, the action, right? Let's look at it. Right? It's in the indicative mood. Right? It's a simple statement or fact, and an action really occurs or has occurred or will occur or will be rendered as indicative mood, right? That's how it is, right? Now let's look at the tense. It's in the aorist tense, right? Now what's most important is the voice. It's in the passive voice. It represents the subject as being the recipient of the action. The subject is not Mary because Mary is the object. Basic grammar tells you that the object is different from the subject. The subject at this point is Joseph. He is the one who's doing the begetting.
All right. Wait.
That's
hold on. So verse 16, when it says "and Jacob," who's the subject now?
Say what now?
Verse 16, when it starts off and it says "and Jacob," who's the subject?
The subject is Jacob.
Who's the direct object at that point?
Let's look. It's Jacob is begetting Joseph.
Right. So that means Jacob is the subject and the direct object is Joseph, correct?
No, he's a subject. He's also a subject because all the men here are subjects.
Wait, no.
Guy.
Teach me.
No, let's pay attention and be quiet. You don't know Greek. No, he's also a subject because all Jacob is begetting Joseph.
Right. So that means Jacob is the subject and the direct object is Joseph, correct?
No, he's also a subject because all the men here are subjects.
Wait, no.
This guy.
Teach me.
No, let's pay attention and be quiet. You don't know Greek. No, he's also a subject because all the
is Joseph, correct?
Joseph.
Right. So that means
Jacob is begetting Joseph.
Right. So that means Jacob is the subject and the direct object is Joseph, correct?
No, he's also a subject because all the men here are subjects.
Wait, no. He's the recipient of the action of Jacob.
No, he's not. No. He's listen. No. You're not paying attention, sir. Right? Listen. When I go, listen. Pay attention. Let me learn you something. Right?
Please,
let's go to verse 15. Right?
Okay. So anybody looking at my screen, we clearly see a subject, which is Jacob. We see the action verb, which is begot, and we see the direct object of the action verb. So the direct object answers the question what or who of who or whom. So we got Jacob begot whom? Jacob begot Joseph. Joseph is clearly the direct object of the verb begot, and Jacob is the subject. Jacob begot Joseph. Joseph is the direct object of the verb begot. Okay, so let's move on. So there's no need to debate that anymore. That is clear. That's another L. And another one. Okay, can I bring you to another verse where
can you explain that?
All of his brethren was born of a woman.
How?
His brethren had fathers, physical earthly fathers, but they were all definitely born of a woman. And matter of fact, not all of them had an Israelite father, but they definitely had an Israelite mother.
Can you show me that in the Bible? Can you show me how the Israelites reckon their genealogy and how you're reckoned an Israelite through your mother? Can you show me that in the Bible?
Can I first pull up a couple scriptures that supports like my argument, like the same way you went and pull some things up, which is very good. Like you brought up Hebrews 2:15. That's a very good scripture. So I would like to support myself with some scripture before I.
You can definitely do that, but can
I got you.
First?
Believe me, I'm not. You can definitely do that, but can you answer my question first? So a lot of these guys, they want to keep you on the defense. Now, remind you, I play chess. I actually teach chess. Okay, I know that's no good when you're always on the defense. You got to be on attack as well. You can't be playing defense. Okay, if you're boxing and you're fighting against somebody who's swinging at you, if you block all 12 rounds, you definitely lost. Okay, because you definitely ain't throwing no punch. The person, even though the person might not even land a punch, they will win because they brought the fight and they were the aggressor. So what I won't allow these guys to do, and you shouldn't either, you should never allow somebody to keep you on the defense. Okay, you need to attack and assert your argument and points as well. And that's what I'm trying to establish with this guy. No. But can you first answer my question? Like, he's controlling the dialogue, right? When you invite people on, especially, I could see if he was interviewing me and my thoughts and my conclusion on the virgin birth, then no problem. You can ask me all the questions you want. But this is not an interview. This is an actual debate. So that means he's involved, I'm involved. We both answer questions and we both ask questions, okay? Not one over the other. Not going to let you down. But I want to go on the attack also. I don't want to be on the defense the whole dialogue. So let me just support my stance. We'll just maybe 3 verses, then I'll go right to your question. I'll go right to it. Just there's 3 verses, and there's some of them are just one-liners. And we
brother, just answer my question first, and then you can go and
brother, just answer my question first, because he knows that once I go to answer that question, we're not going to leave that point for 40 minutes later. You dig? Okay, the reason why I'm stalling, because that's going to cause a whole different debate, which I don't want to do that right now. Just like I didn't want to do Luke 3 right now. I want to stay focused. So let me just let me just show you how our brother, right? Let me just show you how our brother cut me off the same way. Because these are insecure men, man. Mama issues, daddy issues, something's going on. Girlfriend issues, bullying issues in their own circles. They're not treated as a man. They treated less than. Something's going on with this dude. And people like him that has to remain in control of other men at all times. I'm going to support my claim. So if you could pull up Galatians chapter 4 and read verse 4.
This does not help you, sir.
Really? That's interesting.
This does not help you. Okay, I'll read it, right? Galatians 4:4. But when the fullness of the time was come, God sent forth his son, made of a woman, made under the law, according to the law. Wait. Let's slow down on word for word. So who sent their son, by the way? Who sent their son? Right, God. Not Joseph. And who was the son made of? Hold on. That does not mean because God sent you.
Right. Yeah. So I get that.
God sent everybody on the planet Earth.
I'm with you. Right? I'm with you on that. So
for the record, that does not say that. That verse does not say not Joseph.
I'm adding that in there. You're being super myopic, brother. Obviously.
Yeah, you are. Yes, you are adding that.
I'm adding that. You know, we can't have like a cool conversation. So I'm adding that in there. Myself, I'm admitting I'm adding that in there. But this was the time to say made from a man. But the Bible, like you said, the author decided to say, we're going to mention God, we're going to mention Jesus, we're going to mention Mary, but we're not going to mention Joseph.
Okay, gotcha. Cool.
So when you said made like his brethren, just responding to Hebrews 2:15, when he's made like his brethren, all of the brethren was born of a woman, but not all of them was born of a man from Israel. And then you asked me to prove that, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, so I like how you asked me a question before you go to. I will go to the verse right here, but I need to know something first about this. Do you believe that a non-Israelite male can have sex with an Israelite woman, and that woman still carries the seed, still preserve lineage of Israel?
I'm confused.
Okay, so let me put. They always act confused in that. Okay, let me like this. If a Hamite had sex with an Israelite woman, that son, is he Hamite because of the dad, or is he Israel because of the woman?
He's a Hamite.
I'm gonna say he's Israel because of the woman.
Can you prove that?
Yes. Okay, so I'm gonna do it cleanly, because when I attempted to read it, he's cutting in. He made an argument. So I'm going to take him to First Chronicles chapter 2, verse 1, where it clearly says, these are the sons of Israel: Reuben, Simeon, Levi, and Judah, Issachar and Zebulun, Dan, Joseph, and Benjamin, Naphtali, Gad, and Asher. Okay, so we're talking about the sons of Israel. That's the subject. Remember, we're talking about subjects here. Okay, so then we're going to go to the sons of Judah. So out of all these 12 tribes, right, all the sons, we're going to hone in on Judah. Okay, so it says the sons of Judah, and Onan and Shelah. Okay, so now was a son. So now we're going to focus on And the firstborn of Judah, was evil in the sight of the Lord, and he slew him. The Lord slew him. And Tamar, his daughter-in-law, bare him Phares and Zerah. So Tamar was married to and then Judah, the father of ended up sleeping with wife. Okay, so when married Tamar, Judah was the father-in-law because that's his son But when died, when the Most High killed Judah ended up sleeping with his daughter-in-law. Okay, and they had Phares and Zerah. All right, and all the sons of Judah were 5. So there were 5 total sons of Judah. So we're talking about the sons of Judah now here. Okay, so from here it says the sons of Phares. So remember, Phares. Let me do this. Phares is I'm gonna color code it so there's no confusion here. Okay, couldn't do this on his live because he has control. Okay, so Judah has a son named Phares. Phares has a son named Hezron. Okay, so now Hezron has sons because these are the sons of Hezron. Okay, and the sons of Hezron, one name stick out, is Jerahmeel. So we have Jerahmeel. Okay, and then we have sons of Jerahmeel. So let's follow this family tree because it's the seed. And the sons of Jerahmeel were a few of them, but Ram was the firstborn. Okay, Ram was the firstborn of Jerahmeel. Okay, and then there was a son named Bunah, and there was a son named Oren, and there was a son named Ozim, and there was a son named Ahijah. Cool. Let's back up. Wait, why did it do that? That's not what I wanted. Okay, so let's take off this red right here. Wait, let's take off that red. Let's go black. All right, because those sons are mentioned, and we're past that. All right, so Jerahmeel had sons, and then it says Jerahmeel had also another wife, because this has been skipped. So he had another wife. Okay, she was the mother of Onam. Okay, the wife of Jerahmeel, the wife's name was Atara. Okay, she was the mother of Onam. Okay, so now who's Onam? Because Onam is a son of Atar and Jerahmeel. You following? So now Onam has sons also. So let's make that red. He had a son, as the name stuck out, Nadab. Okay, so keep that in mind. Nadab is the son of Onam. Onam is the son of Jerahmeel with his other wife, right? He had a polygamous relationship. So another wife bare the son named Onam. So it's the seed, right? It's the seed. So far, this guy is from the seed of Judah, sperma, right? Sperm, loins. Okay, so let's go further. So now, Nadab was one of the sons, and Nadab had sons. Just follow me. One of the sons' name was Apaim. Okay, and Apaim had sons. Okay, so follow this tree. Apaim has sons, and the sons of Apaim were Ishi, Okay. And the sons, so here we go. Ishi. And Ishi has sons. Okay. So, and the sons was Sheshan. So Sheshan was one name that was the sons of Ishi. Okay, so let me give him a different color, purple. Okay. And the children of Sheshan was Ahrayahla. Not Ahrayahla, but Ahrayahla. Okay, so Sheshan had children as well. Ahrayahla. Ahrayahla. Okay. So, and Sheshan had children, and one child name was Ahrayahla. Now, Sheshan had no sons, but daughters, because the question was to this brother was this. Because of the woman. Let me like this. If a Hamite had sex with an Israelite woman, that son, is he Hamite because of the dad, or is he Israel because of the woman?
He's a Hamite.
I'm going to say he's Israel. He's following this fake tradition that men decided the nationality of the kids. And I'm saying no. I'm saying that when an Israelite man or woman have sex with the opposite sex and bear a child, that child is the offspring of that man, of that Israelite man and woman, because the covenant is with Israel. So no matter who they have sex with, the child will be Israel because the covenant is with Israel. They're missing that. So now he just said Hamite because he believes that it goes with the father, regardless of what. I said this. Is he Israel because of the woman? That son, if a Hamite had sex with an Israelite woman, that son, is he Hamite because of the dad, or is he Israel because of the woman?
He's a Hamite.
I'm going to say he's Israel because of the woman.
Can you prove that?
Yes. Which I've been doing right now. Okay, so Sheshan, it stops with him, right? Judah, all the way down was men, and now Sheshan. And I read all the way to Sheshan that Sheshan was he was from the seed, the loins, the sperm of Judah. So now he had a child named Ahrayahla, which was a woman. How we know? Because the next verse says, Sheshan had no sons but daughters. And Sheshan had a servant, an Egyptian, whose name was Jarha. And Sheshan gave his daughter to Jarha, his servant, to wife, and she bare him Atai. So now, according to Captain Cesariak, according to Ahrayahla, Captain Cesariak from ISUPK, and Ahrayahla from SICARII, according to them, since Sheshan gave his Israelite daughters to the Egyptian, the non-Israelite man, and they had a kid named Atai. The kid is supposed to be Egyptian, right? And every kid listed after Atai supposed to be from the Egyptian lineage, no longer Israel. I say this to that. I'm saying that every male child, woman child after Atai was still Israel because of the Israelite women. The women are with the covenant, and so are the men. Israelite men and women are of the covenant. So that's what follows. That's more important than the seed. It's the covenant that follows. Okay. So now let's look at it. So, and Sheshan gave his daughter to Jarha, his servant, to wife, and she bare him Atai. And then Atai begot Nathan, and Nathan begot Zabad. And it goes all the way down until the end of the chapter. And I say all of those kids are still Israel. He said this. So let's go to his argument. A claim that I
made. For you.
Go First Chronicle. Okay. This is We're talking about this. Can you read 15? Saying the order of kids. What through David. So everything I'm reading, everything I'm reading and he's reading is from what I just read. This is First Chronicles chapter 2.
Yep.
2? Okay. Then why are we even arguing? Read 34.
Right. Okay. Verse 34. It reads, now Sheshan had no sons, but daughters, and Sheshan had a servant, an Egyptian, whose name was Jarhar. And Sheshan gave his daughter to Jarhar, his servant, to wife, and bare him Attai.
Read 36 and stop right there.
And Attai begat Nathan.
And Nathan begat who?
And Nathan begat
So
Zabai.
Even though an Egyptian was added as a father in the lineage, it still continued as the lineage of Israel, of Judah, all the way down to the last one, to the last verse.
You say what now?
The Egyptian, the Sheshan had no sons. He only had daughters. So he wanted to continue the lineage through his daughters. So he gave his daughter the Egyptian male servant, the maid or whatever, the servant. And he had sex with his daughter and they begot Ita. And that kid was not called an Egyptian. That kid preserved the seed of Judah all the way down to the last name.
It does not.
Okay. Watch this. Really? Okay. I kind of heard that before. They say I like when people. I was hoping you say that because I like a good challenge here and there. I like when people. I was hoping for you here. I was hoping you say that. I was hoping down to that kid preserved the seed of Judah all the way down to the last name.
It does not.
Okay.
No, it does not say that anywhere.
I was hoping
in
you
this
say
verse,
that.
brother.
Now watch this. Hold on. I was hoping you say that. Watch this. While I'm doing that, so he's going to argue me for a little bit. Deflect. You should read this time to speed it up. Drill every last it stopped it.
Well, Israelites.
No.
That's what you said.
Sons of Javon. If it don't stop it,
but you said it. Slow down.
Right.
Bro, it's Friday.
Right, but
this is not read First Chronicles.
Okay. You know what? That means we are to believe you're stopped. There's
right. You don't know how lineages work, right?
I don't know Greek, and I don't know how lineages work.
Brother, slow down, right? You don't know how lineages work, right? Which according to the law, the Israelites declared their pedigree a specific way. So you don't know how genealogies.
Yeah, I never seen that law thus yet, but I can also show that there are some laws in the Bible that did it a certain way, and people like Moses acted like okay, so the Israelites are union workers. And Moses was like the union representative. Like he would speak to the Father God on behalf of the union workers. And they oftentimes amended certain laws that was set in stone. They would amend them. Okay.
Or pedigrees are
so it stopped Ham, goes to Mizraim. It's so Ham sons of Shem. It goes from Elam all the way down, stopped. So Shem, and now we again. And then look, the sons of we know because in chapter 2, Israel, David, and they go to Jerusalem. These are Israelites. This is all just what I read to you. So let's just go. It says when it's going, these are days
of David's brother.
No, David still continued. Egyptian father there, as the lineage of David still continued through the woman.
It's not of the lineage of David's.
Okay, so he's telling me that this is from Attai on down. That's no longer the lineage of David. That's of King David. That's what he's saying. They just make up shit. And because he's a teacher of the Bible, he claims, this is why these are the worst guys to talk to, because they just cannot be wrong. They cannot be mistaken. Even though he made a mistake earlier, it's like, dude, you got mistakes all in your brain. And this is another one. Lineage of David is that we made a mistake. Father. He made a mistake about sperma. With is not being there with the mustard seed. Then he made another mistake, quote unquote, another mistake by saying that Jacob begot Joseph. Joseph is not the indirect object, the indirect person. They're both subjects. That's another mistake. And now this is another mistake, a mistake that he's making with his knowledge, his information. There, all the way down. The problem with Israel, not the case. It said, and then it went down to David. It stays consistent. So chapter 1 is the only time the lineage is Israel, 12 tribes of Israel, and listed all of them. And then it went down to David and all the way down. The problem you have is that we have an Egyptian father there, as the lineage of David still continued through the woman.
It's not of the lineage of David's, brother.
No, now that's very clear, right? Let's go. David was in the lineage. Now remember, in order for me to prove this, his argument is over, and we don't got to read virgin birth stories or nothing. He just said that the lineage always come through the father. The same thing I said to Captain. So it don't come through the mother. They said no, because they're trying to exclude Mary as being keeping the lineage for Jesus. Okay, so they're saying only the men. So if I'm right here, then their premise is shattered and their argument is debunked, because they hold on to that to say that it has to be through a man, and Joseph is that man. Lineage, what I'm saying, he was in that lineage, right?
He was in the lineage of who?
Okay, so let's go back. Look back, chapter 2. The lineage, he said, of who? Judah.
Lord in Christ.
I'm sorry, I need my coffee so I can calm the hell down. All right, so chapter 2.
Coffee makes you calm?
Yeah. Yeah, you know, you get headaches and you get all type of crazy stuff. He's willing to argue anything at this point. He's really deflecting anything I say. So First Chronicles chapter 2. So we're talking about Lee, Gad, and Ash. No, it says the sons of the daughter of Shua. Now, well, he's quiet. Not that he's listening and want to understand what I'm saying and what the Bible is actually saying, how I'm reading it. He's trying to come up with something to deflect, and he found something. Watch this. The Canaanite. But he found something, and it's going to be to his own demise. And Tamar, Judah here. The lineage of Judah's son Pharez. This is Zerah with Zimri, sons of Carmi. And as I just shared with you, I read all the way down from Judah, all the way down to Sheshan and his daughter, okay, with the Egyptian. And then Egyptian and the daughter had a kid named Atai. And then the snow when it stopped.
Right here,
yep.
Right? It's talking about Pharez specifically. Yep. It's talking about Zerah specifically. And then it jumps to a guy named Carmi who doesn't who's even right here, yep. Right? All right, so now he thought he found something. Okay, watch this. This is going to be the boomerang dagger. Okay, right here. It's talking about Pharez specifically. Yep. It's talking about Zerah specifically, and then it jumps to a guy named Carmi who doesn't it doesn't tell you who he descends from. Are they all the wait, when does it now he said it doesn't tell where Carmi descended from. See, again, he just instead of saying, okay, brother, let's get back to this, but let's go forward and I'll get back to this and address this later. But let's keep it moving. He is making bonehead statements. When did it stop being the descendants of Judah? I didn't say to stop from being descendants of Judah, but you're trying to create this pattern thing, right? I'm looking right here where you've taken me, yep. Right? I see Pharez, he has sons mentioned. I see Zerah, yep. He has sons mentioned, right? But then we see. Okay, now he said he sees Zerah. This is Zerah right here. This is Zerah. Zerah has sons mentioned. Zerah has sons mentioned. Zerah has sons mentioned. Zabdi, the son of Zerai. Carmi, the son of Zabdi. So Carmi is Zerah's grandson, and Carmi is the son of Zabdi, and they're all of the tribe of Judah. This is why I'm him. See Carmi, right? It doesn't tell you who Carmi's father is. It says, look. Okay, so that's it right there. Go ahead. It doesn't tell you who Carmi's father is. It says, look. All right. Where's Carmi's father? So here. Okay, you heard that. Where's Carmi's father? Zabdi. Where's Carmi's father? It says, look. Where's Carmi's father? So here.
When did it change? When did it change?
You're trying to establish some type of continuity, all right, and pattern, right, here in Chronicles. That's what you're trying to do.
So look, so what we're gonna do is this.
There's no pattern. There's not a pattern here.
I got you.
Because if there was, it will tell us who Carmine's father is.
I got you. Okay, so as you can see, I got you. So this is what I'm gonna do for you. That's ball game. That's ball game, because that's pretty much all we argued. We never even argued the main things we argued. We never got to the virgin birth itself. So the first thing we argued was his position that he tried to establish that seed means sperm. I debunked that, okay? In his own verses he brought out. Seed is usually translated as the offspring or a child of someone. Debunked him of that. Okay, then we went to Joseph not being the direct object of the begetting of Jacob. That was debunked. And now we're here. And I debunked the fact that he said that when men have kids, the kids are always identified after the man. So I got one more for extra credit. I'm not done there. This is for extra credit. I didn't share this on the debate. I didn't have it at that time, but when I was doing excellent research, I was able to come across, let's see if I can find it. I was able to come across somewhere else where the Israelite woman son takes on the identity of the mother, and the mother had a non-Israelite father, okay? So let me just share that with you. Okay, I actually passed it, so let me go back up and share that with you. Okay. Let me just. This is just a nail in the coffin, okay? Okay, Leviticus chapter 24, verse 9. And it shall be Aaron's and his sons, that could be Aaron and his seed and his sons, and they shall eat in the holy place, for it is most holy unto him of the offerings of the Lord made by fire by perpetual state. And the son of who? The son of an Israelitish woman, whose father was an Egyptian. So again, what's up with these Egyptians going to these Israelite women? Okay, so, and the son of an Israelitish woman, whose father was an Egyptian, went out among the children of Israel, and this son of the Israelitish woman and a man of Israel strove together in the camp. And the Israelitish woman's son blasphemed the name of the Lord and cursed. And they brought him to Moses. And his mother's name was Shimeleth, the daughter of Dibri of the tribe of Dan. So this son is chilling with Israel because he's recognized and acknowledged as an Israelite. Okay? That's why he's there with Aaron and his sons. Thank you. Where's my standing ovation? So when we talk about Jacob begot Joseph, the whole point to that was to show that Jacob begot Joseph and Joseph begot nobody in his own lineage, right? So that was a point I had to make to seal the deal in this so-called debate, because he was trying to tell us that Joseph is Jesus' father. So let's go back to that. So let's go back to that, and I'll end it on this. Okay, so clearly we have here, and Jacob begot Joseph. Who did Jacob beget? Joseph. Who's Joseph? Joseph, the husband of Mary. Okay. Who was Christ born of? Christ was born of Mary, of whom was Christ born of? Who was called the Christ? Jesus. So Jesus is called the Christ. Mary, of whom was born Jesus. Joseph, the husband of Mary, and Jacob begot Joseph. We can read it backwards, frontwards, left, right, doesn't matter. That's how it's worded. Jacob is just the son of, Joseph. Joseph in verse 16, he's simply the son of Jacob, and he's the husband of Mary. That's it. Jacob is the father of Joseph, and Mary is of whom was born Jesus, and she's the husband of Joseph, and Jesus is born of Mary, and he's also called the Christ.